All right. This is Randy Sutton. He's an inventory specialist here at Frito-Lay, correct?
Finished goods specialist.
Finished goods specialist here, yeah. And he Frito-Lay, and he is going to provide us some information on some of Frito's policies and the way they handle things. So we were just speaking about certain Frito-Lay competition, and you were mentioning that in the United States, however, Frito doesn't really have much
Well,
competition.
they pretty much own the market. They have
Okay.
the own the market share, so they don't have any major competition. Mainly, they have the other mom and pop, little smaller brands, store brands, but they don't really affect Frito Lay sales.
Certainly.
Last time they had someone that came even close was Anheuser Busch with Eagle brand potato chips, but that was back in the late '80s, early '90s, I believe, and they couldn't survive. So
Okay.
Pepsi, more or less, their main competition is, their competitor is Coke.
Mm.
So they compete for, of course, uh, local and national space in supermarkets, restaurants.
Yeah.
Overseas, they compete for markets overseas. I'm not sure that, say, Egypt, India, China, especially
Definitely.
China's a big, the market's kind of open.
Yeah, like we were mentioning about that contest that we're doing in India, right?
So yeah, in India, mainly India, China are the
Hmm.
biggest undeveloped markets for uh,
Definitely.
soft drink snacks or any kind of business, really Western based businesses.
And as far as from like a marketing perspective, I guess they would offer like a different exotic flavors there, right?
And as far as Frito Lay, I can't speak for Pepsi, but Frito Lay bases all their flavors off what appeal locally. Even in this country, nationally, different regions will have different flavors. Chicago area,
Hmm.
loaded baked potato, Ruffles.
Definitely.
In the Southwest, they have more flaming hot, hotter uh, jalapeno-based
Oh, that's very
brands.
interesting. What do you think that is? Is it just because of the area, or just
Well,
kind of people
because of
live
the
there, or
what
what?
makes up, you have a lot of Hispanic
Hmm.
people that like hot foods.
Okay.
Not just Hispanic, but up north you don't have as many. So it's based on population demographics. You know what makes up the local population, what
Okay.
they want, really.
Okay.
If it's not just because Spanish people, but it's that's what the demand is for,
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so it goes by
and
like consumer
that's
feedback,
what it's
obviously.
more or less. And it's the southeast has more local. It's everything's broke down into regional. What those people want, they do tests and they test market stuff, and the same way overseas to where they'll have certain brands in Russia,
Okay.
India, China that are localized flavors. I mean, right off the top of my head, I can't think what
Okay.
those flavors would be, but and even in England, they have. It's all based on what the people
Over there,
prefer
prefer over
and
there.
what
Okay.
they're going to sell, because you can offer something that they don't want and they're not going to buy it.
Okay.
So,
And another thing you mentioned earlier, as far as like you said, they don't really open plants in other countries. You said, but they
they more or
partner
less
up with.
they don't build plants and stuff. They usually partner with an existing company, someone they either bought or have an interest in, or they partner with them and more or less they'll sell. England, for sure, I know they sell under the name, like Lay's is under Walker
Okay.
brands and stuff like that. So they don't invest in the buildings. They partner with other people
Okay.
that more or less build the buildings and make the plants and stuff like that. So
Okay.
and so they're going to produce it over there because it's cheaper to produce it there than it is to ship it over. So
How do you know? I don't know if you would know anything about this, but maybe about Frito's overall success overseas. Is it pretty successful over
yeah,
there?
they're pretty successful.
So it's a pretty popular worldwide brand,
Right,
worldwide
right.
known brand.
And PepsiCo in general, which is the mother corporation, is fairly successful, all over the country.
Okay.
It's just another division of PepsiCo. You have Frito Lay North America and Frito Lay worldwide. So
Okay.
they're the same but separate. I mean, they focus overseas, and then Frito-Lay North America, which is where I work headquarters right here. This is for Frito-Lay North America.
Hmm.
So more concerned with more or less United States and Canada. And I
Okay.
think they have a plant in Mexico where they make stacks. Stacks Lays are made in Mexico, Mexicali. So
Okay. That's very well. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.